Am I the asshole for refusing to attend my sister's wedding because of her fiancé? I, 28M, have been married to my wife, 28F, for 7 years. And although that was very young to get married, we had been together since year 8 of secondary school, and it's safe to say I think she's the one. Now I come from a white family from Britain, whereas she comes from a black family and she is dark-skinned. My family never were racist towards her and were immediately accepting, and her and my mother are pretty much best friends, and last year we gave birth to a beautiful baby boy. 3 years ago though, my sister, 28F, twin, got a new boyfriend, 30M. Me and him didn't have any problems as we hardly ever spoke, but he seemed nice enough. So nice in fact that I helped him and my sister do the letters for their wedding. When we were starting I checked through the guest list, and after a quick skim through I noticed my wife's name wasn't on there. I questioned my sister about it and she directed me to her fiancé. He stated that he didn't think it would be appropriate. I asked him what he meant and he said that it wouldn't really seem right for us to mix and she would be the only blackie there. I had a total outrage at this and told my sister to cross off my name because if my wife doesn't go, I don't go. And I left her house and began to drive back to mine. I told my wife what he said and she said I should just go to not stir up any family fights, but I told her that she was family now and if she doesn't go then I don't either. This whole argument has caused my family to pick side, with my mum and dad being on mine but with most being on my sister's. Lots of family members have called me up and told me to just come, and I decided to ask my brother-in-law if he was going to change his mind, and he put his foot down and said no. My sister is now heartbroken because our parents aren't going, or our grandparents, but she still refuses to invite my wife. I am really torn because I want to make my family happy, but then again, my wife is my family. So am I the asshole? Not the asshole. Your sister should be upset that she's marrying a racist. Not that you don't support the union. Not the asshole. Your sister is so heartbroken about people not coming to her wedding rather than her fiancé being a racist. That's certainly a choice. Cut this couple out of your lives. Keep notes of which relatives tried to pressure you to just give in instead of standing up for your wife. And your parents and grandparents sound great. Your wife is more family than he will ever be. The fact your sister would even marry him after that comment is absolutely disgusting. I'd go NC with both of them. They don't deserve any of you in their life. You're absolutely not the asshole and do not go under any circumstances. I'm glad you defended your wife against such blatant racism, and I'm truly disgusted with your sister. Am I the asshole for asking my son and his STBW to pay to spend their honeymoon in my winter cabin? My late wife and I invested in a small winter cabin years ago. I'm the owner now after her passing. My son, 22, is getting married to his STBW in a month. They have no money for a destination honeymoon, they were barely able to plan the wedding. He asked if they could spend their honeymoon in my winter cabin and I agreed, but under the condition that they pay me. He acted all shocked and tried to argue that it's his mom's cabin too, but I pointed out how I'm the owner now and that I pay to keep it maintained. He got upset and accused me of being materialistic and selfish after I'd already been unhelpful with the wedding. I told him I did the same thing with his aunt and it wasn't personal. He left with his fiancée and told the family about it. Now I'm being berated left and right and am being told to let him use the cabin and shamed me for asking for money. Info. I already told him a millionth times that getting married so soon was not a good idea, but he refused to take my advice and had no regard for my opinion on the situation. You are the asshole. I told him I did the same jing with his aunt and it wasn't personal. And that's why your son's wedding should be personal to you. Edit. Prior info edit. You are the asshole for not supporting your son's wedding also. Just say goodbye to him, he's going to quit talking to you very soon. STBW? Soon to be wife, instead of fiancé. Acronyms are getting out of hand. You are the asshole for making me look up the meaning of STBW. You are the asshole. I'd love to know why won't you gift a stay at the cabin for your son who just got married. Do you not like him? Your greed is more important than your child? Did he poop in your cornflakes? You are the asshole. When you get old and need help to get around, don't be surprised if your son charges you for every single thing then says it's not personal. Info. Do you even like your son? Am I the asshole for doing weird, awkward poses whenever my mill, accidentally, walks in on me in the bathroom? So, my mill, I'm a gal by the way lol, came to stay with us for few weeks till her home is renovated for Christmas. The problem is that she has been randomly walking in on me while I'm in the bathroom. Thankfully not once has she seen me naked because I started picking on her behavior after the second time in a week. She'd barge in, then turns and says, "Oh sorry," then close the door. I tried talking to my husband about it but he kept ignoring me. Thrn flat out said, "So what if she accidentally seen you naked? She's family." He seriously said that. We have a lock and I could have used it but I have past trauma from the idea of being locked in a room after my brother locked me in the bathroom when I was 5. So I came up with this idea. I'd go inside the bathroom pretending to use it and wait for her to come, 'cause honestly? It's deliberate at this point. When she accidentally barges in she'd see me in a weird, awkward position. For example doing a ballet stand, standing on the toilet, or standing facing the wall with my hands up, fully clothed of course. I could see how awkward and weird this would be for her because she'd stand there for few seconds trying to figure out what I was doing. It was hilarious at first seeing her initial confusion but she told my husband about it claiming she's caught me practicing rituals in the bathroom. I cleared things up and revealed the reason why. My husband was livid. He called me childish and said that I made his mom feel terrified, weirded out, by my behavior. He said I should have acted maturely and locked the damn door instead of playing mind games. Not the asshole. You went the funny way and that's dope. Your husband, however, is an asshole. He expects you to be mature about it, but he doesn't expect his mother to knock on the fucking door before walking in? Wait. So he's mad at you because she barges in on you in the bathroom. In your home. That she is a guest in? But gets mad at you for weirding her out and causing her grief. What tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy. It's her fault. She should be knocking and not acting like no one lives there and it's her own house. Girl. Go get some jelly. Red if you can. And smother it on your face and when she walks in. Eat it like a caveman. Then when your husband asks, you was stress eating. Tears of joy, tears of joy. Not the asshole. Am I the asshole for saying my boyfriend's roommate can't come to Thanksgiving dinner? Me, 26F, and my boyfriend, 34M, have been dating for nearly a year and a half now. Tomorrow, he's coming to Thanksgiving dinner at my dad's house and meeting my family for the first time. I'm extremely family-oriented and it's so important to me that he's finally meeting them. This also means the world to my family because I rarely bring men home and they've been wanting to meet him for a long time. He's aware of this and how much this meeting means to me and has assured me that he's looking forward to it too. This afternoon, he asked if his roommate could come too. I was caught off guard and said no. I didn't even ask my family who I'm sure would say yes, but it's a hard boundary for me. I barely know his roommate but he's military and will not be able to be with his own family for the holiday, which is why my boyfriend asked. I understand and appreciate his compassion and kindness but I need this event to be just him, me, and my family without his buddy who is a stranger to me. I called him to talk through it, but he's extremely upset and wasn't really responding. I asked if he's still coming and he said yes. Then, I asked if he's okay and he said no but that he will be. I told him to reach out to me when he's ready and that I understand if he doesn't want to talk to me right now so I haven't heard from him since the phone call a couple hours ago. I feel like a massive asshole but this is one of the rare events where I've put my foot down in this relationship and refused to accommodate his wants. So, am I the asshole? Updates. For more clarity and because people are making a lot of unfounded assumptions, I have briefly met his roommate, i.e., hi, bye, on multiple occasions. We barely know each other, though, because he has a schedule that makes it so he's rarely around when I am and we've never had the opportunity to have a full conversation surpassing basic greetings. I made it very clear that I'd love to have him and include him in my family but the first meeting between my parents and boyfriend wasn't the place to do so. My boyfriend has not met my family because I'm very particular about who I bring home and will not bring someone home unless I am 100% comfortable that that is the correct choice. I'm protective of my family and don't want them to get attached. I get it's unconventional but it's my choice and every party involved respects that. I ended up apologizing to my boyfriend, asking my parents, and inviting his roommate, who wasn't aware my boyfriend had asked about him coming. He can't even come anyways. I appreciate the comments, even the ones calling me a heartless monster, but no one is put out in the end. Nah. You're allowed to set whatever boundaries you want. But don't be surprised if, after thinking it over, he decides it's a deal-breaker. People in the military together often become family to each other, so from his POV, you basically told him he has to leave a brother alone because your heart isn't big enough to include him. He'll probably honor his commitment to your family to attend, but I'll be very surprised if the relationship lasts past this weekend. Not the asshole. If your boyfriend was a regular attendee at your family events, this would have been a more reasonable ask. But to bring a guest the first time you're a guest? That's a lot.